This is my submission for the 3 Reef video contest. I'd like to win a 3 Reef t-shirt if I can. The subject we're going to be talking about is DIY rock. The most important thing that I feel on DIY rock is you need to be fully prepared before you start. Because if you're not prepared, then the rock will cure too fast and you won't get everything done that you need to. So think ahead and you'll go have a good time. First thing I usually do is I take toilet paper rolls and I save up some old ones and I scrunch them up, and they end up with an irregular shape like this that I used to make holes in my rocks with, because I like lots of holes in my rocks. And then we go on. Okay, I make frag plugs. And what I do here is I make a mold that are conical shape. I put my corals on there, and then I wrap them in saran wrap, and I use them for a mold when I'm making my rocks, so I have sockets that my frag plugs will fit into. I use Caribbean Sea gravel. I use a coarse gravel, 6-to-1 ratio. I put the concrete in there. It's about a cup of concrete to 6 cups of a coarse gravel mix, and I stir it to mix the powders all around in the concrete to get it evenly mixed before I add my water. Coat the rocks real good. And then you just want a little bit of water because you don't want to make them too wet, because then they'll sink down and then you'll get that cow patty that everybody talks about that they have trouble that they get when they try doing DIY rock. And you stir that until you don't have any dry powders and it's all mixed well. Now you can see that that's fairly dry, almost looks like oatmeal cookie dough. And you want to keep stirring it. Okay, I got a box set up here and prepared that I'm going to make a simple little rock plug with a pair of spots for my frag plugs to fit in here. And if you look down in here, I have some already in saran wrap. And I just shovel this loose all around these plugs here to make like a little table rock up. See, and after you do, and you get a good coat of this around them, push it down in there just a little bit so it kind of stuck together. I lay one of these scrunched up toilet paper rolls over the center of it, and that'll make a hole down between the middle from the side view. And then I go back to putting some cement on there that you cover that up. And as you go making the rock, you take and you scoop stones around it so that you can increase the height of the rock and make the shapes that you want. See, we'll go along here. Okay, we'll move on here, and I have one prepared. We want to dig the rock out of the ground, so to speak. And what we do here is 24 to 30 hours later, we can remove the rock. We dig the gravel out, and we can shake it. And as you can see, here's the holes that's made by the toilet paper towels that's in there. And I break, some of the loose stuff away. And these toilet paper rolls, they're still damp. So if you grab them and pull on them, they'll kind of pull right on out in pieces, because they just unravel the way they're made. And they come out fairly clean, and then whatever little bit sticks in there comes out when you soak them later. And with the frag plug holes, brush them off and push them loose a little bit. Here's where I use a stick sometimes. It helps to clean around the edges and get the loose stuff off of them, because you want to eliminate that. And on these frag plugs, sometimes you get a little concrete that sticks over the top, and you got to work to get them pieces loose around the edge until your frag plug pops out. But then that gives you a place for a plug to sit in when you have it in your tank. Okay, I take and I let them dry for 2 days. And here they have a few that are sitting and drying that I did a few days ago. and they turn white, and after 2 days of drying, air dry, then I stick them in the barrel, and I have a pump in here that circulates, and it's curing. And it takes about 8 weeks for them to cure, and you do that in order to lower the pH, and you want a consistent pH of, I would say, 8.3 to 8.2 or lower, in order to have them that they're safe to use. After which time you dry them for 2 weeks. And then what I like to do is I take Adi's recipe on nuking rocks, and I mix some Clorox, put them back in a barrel after the dry, a Clorox wash for 3 days, a freshwater rinse after I take them out and rinse them off with a hose for 3 days, and then I do a baking soda soak for 3 days. And the amount that you use kind of depends on how many rocks that you're making. And after the baking soda, then I do another final freshwater wash, and there again check the pH when you're done to make sure that you have a 8.3 or 8.2 or lower pH to work with, because you don't want it to leach pH into your system. And that's the end of the video, and hope you enjoyed watching.